Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to each of our witnesses for your testimony today and for your great work. I want to start with you, Secretary Buttigieg, because for years, New Hampshire has had the lowest apportionments in the country from federal formula grant programs administered by the Federal Transit Administration and the Highway Administration. And just to give you some example, in 2021, we received roughly $181 million in federal highway funding. Now, that's the lowest in the country and far less than our neighboring state of Vermont, which received roughly $222 million. Now, I would never suggest that the state of Vermont, home to my neighboring senators and, of course, the chairman of this committee, doesn't deserve that $222 million. I just want to know how New Hampshire can get parity with what's happening with the rest of the country. And I know that Congress and the department have been reluctant to open up formula issues in the past, but at this point, we need to do something about the lack of parity. So can you talk about how you see maybe approaching that issue and what measures and formula factors might help address those inequities?
Well, thank you for the question, and certainly it would be so important not only in the context of the jobs plan, but our ongoing work to make sure that there's a sense of equitable distribution of these funds. And I'd be eager to spend a little more time understanding some of the dynamics that have led to this disparity that you're discussing in New Hampshire. What I would say is that we think we should always be looking both at the way we do things and at the discretionary programs that are opening up, especially as we're working to make sure that the terms of the discretionary programs reflect public policy priorities that I know are important in New Hampshire around economic security, as well as things like climate readiness and equity. And so would welcome a chance to discuss this further and look at what we can do so that no one living in any state of the U.S. would wonder whether their home area is getting a fair share.
Thank you. You will hear from us.
Understood.